Welcome to the Pun Show. I am your parasite, or your host, Macklen Maclugi. Speaking of parasite, the Eiffel Tower is a Paris site you should check out if you're ever in France. Or if you're ever in a French library that would let you check things out. Yesterday was Sunday, so today must be Pun Day, June 29th. It's the last show of the month, but I've decided to scrap my tradition of wearing the Pun Show poncho, and I'm going to replace it with the Pun Show pincho. Cousin Larry? Get out of the city! Don't be ridiculous. I'm off this Sunday for the holiday weekend, but not because the 4th of July is more important than other dates that month. All Julys matter. You want to hear my take on something? Pull up a chair to this explanation. John Bolton's book is called The Room Where It Happened, and his cowardice to not speak earlier was woven on the loom where it capped him. Hopefully, this will self-inflict some political barbs in the wounds where it stabbed him, but we can only pray that to this administration it brings the doom. Dare we clap him? Please tune in your dial to the pun of the day. This song is dedicated to Trump when he feebly left his West Point speech. I call it the Star-Fangled Scammer. And the ramparts you walked were so balanced, not steep, see. Now it's time for the long-anticipated airing of an old interview I did before this country turned upside down. Or it was already upside down, but most of us just didn't realize it. Or we realized it, but we were too comfortable in our own exploitation of privilege that we pretended everything was hunky Dory. Anyway, I was short a politically themed interview this week, so it seemed an appropriate time to break out a classic convo with a classic friend. His name is Vin Vescio.
Thanks for having me, Macklen.
Normally, my guests come on the show, they want to have a subject of pontification, but you'd rather just have a punversation?
Yes.
Folks, this is 100% true. In advance of this interview and in the tradition of late night talk shows, Vin sent me some prompts that I can use to inspire some segues into him sharing some amusing anecdotes.
I've got some doozies.
Tell me about this trip to the grocery store you recently took.
Oh yeah, so I went to the grocery store the other day to get groceries, and I saw these two different dogs with different owners meeting each other, and one had little black spots on it.
And there was a fight, or you pet one of them, or?
No. It was awesome.
Is that your first time seeing dogs, or what was unique about that story? Why did you want me to ask you about that?
Well, the black spot, one had little black spots on it.
You had quite the kitchen mix-up the other morning, and I bet that trip to the grocery store might have led to that.
Yeah, so I was making coffee, and there's a lid that goes on the milk frother that I have, and I ended up trying to put the lid to the milk frother onto another container that had a lid that did not match at all. So I was trying to put that one on the two lids got mixed up. You should have been there.
And so when it spilled, the lid wasn't on tight enough.
No, nothing spilled. It was just a moment of me trying to put a lid on a container that it didn't belong to, so it obviously didn't fit. You should have been there.
I feel like I was.
Awesome.
Well, Vin, this must be a tough time for you with the shutdown and everything, because you love going to the movies, and theaters aren't really open right now. But when they reopen and you go back to the theaters, you've got a crazy go-to movie theater snack. I want to hear all about this.
Okay. I am well aware that this is out there and people might not be on board, but it's kind of people, when they see me doing it, they kind of get a kick out of it. I'll go and I will go get a Diet Coke and a big tub of popcorn, and would call me Mr. Washington because I really go to town.
Wait, I don't understand the Mr. Washington part of it. Is that
Isn't there a movie called Mr. Washington Goes to Town?
Oh, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Here's another mix-up story. You've got a few of these. A washing machine mix-up. What? No, what's this? Are you at a washing machine mix-up?
Yeah. I actually don't remember that one.
All right. You just sent me these questions in the last hour, so I would
Yeah.
have thought they'd be fresh in your mind,
Yeah,
especially when I remind you of the topic.
definitely.
Do you hear what I said? You said definitely, but you're not confirming what I just said. You're disputing what I just said, but you're using a positive word. You got a great story about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the theatrical release involving a babysitter. Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, buckle up. Okay, so the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie came out when I was a little boy, and I was beside myself excited to go. And my babysitter ended up taking me to the movies, and we got there, and the movie was sold out. I cried so hard.
The babysitter was a misdirect there. I was expecting more hijinks involving a babysitter. It could have been any parental figure.
Yeah.
Well, this has been it's been a disappointing interview, Vin. In your grade school field days, you were the long jump champ for 4 consecutive years.
Yeah. Every year I won, from first grade all the way through fourth grade. Every year I won the long jump competition. Pretty cute little kid.
So this is a fact, not really there's not a story here. This is just a fun fact.
Did you know that about me?
I did when you, but prior to an hour ago, no.
Okay.
But then I learned that about you, and now I don't know anything more after asking you about it.
Can you imagine what a cute little kid that probably looked like? A little kid trying to jump.
Do you have pictures or anything to show us?
Do you have pictures of your field days?
This is your interview segment. I didn't come prepared with anything. I thought you
Gotcha.
might have done some prep.
Gotcha.
Again, you used a positive word to confirm something, and that was a critique of you. Then you've got some artwork you want to share with us. Is that true?
It is true. I wanted to let people know about the first time you and I met. So I made a cartoon.
The story of how little Vin Vescio met Macklen McLoogie. A true story. So I was driving through the desert one day, and it was blazing hot. I mean, there's even one of those frickin' tumbleweeds coming across. There's no one in sight, and all of a sudden, my frickin' supercar breaks down. And I'm on the side of the road. I'm thinking, what the heck am I gonna do now? It's blazing hot. I got no water, and my supercar's just stuck on the side of the road. And all of a sudden, this guy pulls up in a pickup truck right behind me, bumper to bumper. And I go, well, who are you, buddy? And this beautiful man gets out, and he says, I'm Macklen, and I can help you with your car, your supercar. And I go, well, why is your shirt off? And he goes, well, it's blazing hot. Why is your shirt off? And I go, it's always off, buddy. And I go, I don't trust you so much, that mustache. And he goes, I'm just here to help with your car, but if you don't want it, I can go on my way. And I go, no. I need your help. But don't you come any closer to me. Well, and he goes, what are you going to do if I do? I go, don't you come any closer to me, Buster. And he gets right up in my face. And he goes, do you want my help or not? I go, yeah, I want your help. He goes, okay, well, this is what I got to do. I got to pick your car up, and I got to put it close to the sun to energize it. Like Superman 4. I go, you don't touch my supercar, I'll kick your ass. And he goes, I want to get you out of here as much as you do, buddy. I got a kid at home. I go, yeah, I got a kid at home too. His name's His name is Bob. You want to get home to your kid, Bob, or not? Yeah, that's what Macklen said. Yeah, heck, yeah, I do. Of course I do. I love him. Well, you gotta trust me. Well, I had no other choice. So I watched him. He picked up my car and he put it real close to the sun. And that car got energized by the Earth's sun. And it worked. And I got in my car and I left. And that's how I met Macklen McLoogie. The end.
Vin, you are an actor. You are evidently a cartoonist. And is there anything you'd like to plug before I let you go today?
Yes, Macklen, thank you. I would like to plug, I have a feature film available on Amazon Prime called For the Weekend. That's a little scary. And I get to act with my beautiful girlfriend, Lauren. And it's a sexy thriller. And I also have a movie coming out this Christmas called What Are You Doing New Year's? And that's a little cutie pie movie. And look out for that.
Well, that about does it for our show today. We're back next Monday with an all-new episode. Huh, that callback was perfectly strange. Vin and I ask you to consider donating to the American Civil Liberties Union. If you're one of those people who thinks that all lives matter, put your money where your mouth is. Because right now in this country, not everybody's rights are being respected, and the ACLU is out to see that they are. I'm Macklen McLoogie, and we don't deserve to celebrate July 4th, so if you barbecue this weekend, I hope your burgers are like this show. Well done.